Hello everyone! Throughout history, several catastrophic tsunamis have left an indelible mark on our collective memory, from the fateful Indian Ocean tsunami of 2004 to the relentless force of the Tōhoku Tsunami in 2011. These colossal waves serve as stark reminders of the raw and uncontrollable power of nature. Watch until the end and let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Let's get it on! Great East Japan. A tsunami was triggered by a massive undersea earthquake with a magnitude of 9 off the Pacific coast. The magnitude 9 earthquake was one of the most powerful ever recorded. It had a focal depth of approximately 20 miles and occurred about 43 miles east of the Tōhoku region. The tsunami generated waves that reached heights of up to 131 feet in some areas, particularly in Miyako City, Iwate Prefecture. The immense force of the waves resulted in massive flooding and significant damage to infrastructure. Lisbon, the most destructive tsunamis in European history in 1755. The Lisbon tsunami was triggered by a powerful earthquake that struck off the coast of Portugal. The earthquake, estimated to have a magnitude of 8.5 to 9, originated in the Atlantic Ocean. The tsunami primarily affected the city of Lisbon, the capital of Portugal. The tsunami waves that struck Lisbon reached extraordinary heights, with some reports estimating them to be as high as 49 feet. The towering waves crossed into the city, causing immense flooding. The tsunami, combined with the impact of the earthquake and ensuing fires, resulted in the near total destruction of Lisbon. The 17.7 Tōhoku earthquake struck south-central Japan at 2 local time on 28 October. It was the largest earthquake in Japanese history until surpassed by the 2011 Tōhoku earthquake. It caused moderate to severe damage throughout southwestern Honshu, Shikoku, and southeastern Kyushu. The earthquake and the resulting destructive tsunami caused more than 5,000 casualties. This event ruptured all of the segments of the Nankai megatrust simultaneously, the only earthquake known to have done this, with an estimated magnitude of 8.6 ml or 8.7 mW. It might also have triggered the last eruption of Mount Fuji 49 days later. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, also known as the Boxing Day tsunami, was one of the deadliest natural disasters in recorded history. The tsunami was triggered by a massive undersea earthquake off the west coast of northern Sumatra, Indonesia on December 26, 2004. The earthquake had the magnitude of 9.1 to 9.3, making it one of the most powerful earthquakes ever recorded. The tsunami affected several countries across the Indian Ocean, including Indonesia, Sri Lanka, India, Thailand, the Maldives, and many others. The waves traveled vast distances, reaching as far as East Africa. The tsunami generated waves that reached extraordinary heights, with some reports estimating them to be over 98 feet in certain areas. The waves surged inland, causing catastrophic flooding and widespread destruction.
You know, tsunamis have devastated countries around the world, costing countless lives and leaving behind millions of dollars in damage. So, what is the worst tsunami ever? And today, we will look back historical tsunamis that have struck around the world together. Watch till the end and let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Let's get it on. On December 26, 2004, a massive tsunami was triggered by a magnitude 9.1 earthquake off Sumatra Island. The giant wall of water killed about 230,000 people in a dozen countries as far as East Africa. Indonesia's Aceh province, which was closest to the earthquake, was hit first and hardest. This was no ordinary earthquake, but was one that, due to its location on the ocean, would create a series of the most devastating tsunamis in modern history, destroying massive portions of the Indian Ocean coastline and leaving 14 countries devastated in its wake. In its wake, the daunting waves left only despair and ruin, along with lessons for how to recover from such a hopeless situation and prevent it from happening again.
The Tōhoku Tsunami tragically claimed the lives of approximately 18,000 people, with thousands more injured or missing. The majority of the casualties were a result of drowning and the sheer force of the waves. One of the significant consequences of the Tōhoku Tsunami was the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster. The tsunami damaged the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, leading to meltdowns, releases of radioactive materials. August 1883, the Krakatoa tsunami was triggered by a massive volcanic eruption of the Krakatoa volcano, located in the Sunda Strait between the islands of Java and Sumatra in Indonesia. The eruption of Krakatoa was one of the most powerful volcanic events in history. It is estimated to have had a volcanic explosivity index (VEI) of 6, resulting in a colossal release of energy. The eruption caused a series of pyroclastic flows and massive volcanic landslides that plunged into the sea. These displacements of water generated powerful tsunami waves that radiated outwards from the volcano. The Krakatoa tsunami was not confined to the immediate region. The waves traveled across the Indian Ocean, reaching as far as South Africa and Australia. The impact was felt in distant coastal areas, causing localized flooding and disruptions.
On September 29, 2009, a magnitude 8.0 earthquake generated tsunamis of up to 40 feet that swept through the region, killing 194 people, including 34 in American Samoa. 4 tsunami waves, 15 to 20 feet, 4 to 6 meters high, roared ashore on American Samoa about 15 minutes after the quake, reaching up to a mile or 1.5 kilometers inland. Cars and boats, many battered and upside down, littered the coastline. Debris as small as a spoon and as large as a piece of masonry weighing several tons were strewed in the mud. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center in Hawaii said it issued an alert, but the waves got to the island so quickly that residents only had about 10 minutes to respond. The quake was centered about 120 miles south to the island of Samoa, which was about 220,000 people, and American Samoa, a U.S. territory of 65,000 people. On November 1st, 1755, an estimated magnitude of 8.5 to 9.0 struck in the Atlantic Ocean off of Cape Saint Vincent. According to SMS Tsunami Warning, about 40 minutes after the quake, an enormous tsunami wave engulfed the harbor and downtown Lisbon, rushing up the Tagus River. The earthquake killed more than a third of the entire population of Portuguese capital. Tens of thousands of Portuguese who survived the earthquake were killed by the tsunami triggered by the earthquake. The tsunami was accountable for most of the about 70,000 deaths in Portugal, Spain, and Morocco. What do you think about this kind of natural disasters? Do not forget to subscribe, like, and comment here. Thanks for watching.